Okay, analyzing a sine function again, only with messy numbers this time. Determine to the nearest hundredth the amplitude. Well, the amplitude's right there. It's 5.77. The period. The period is 2 pi divided by b, which in this case is 2 pi divided by 20.28. And that is, out comes the calculator, 2 pi divided by 20.28. They said to the nearest hundredth, so 0.31. We'll do for the, let's see, what did I just do? Yeah, the period is 0.31. I was just making sure I had the period here and not the b value, but the b is the 20.28, so we're okay. And the equation of the midline would be y equals negative 7.50. Just that number out there. We never did use the 14.35. That's related to how much phase shift there is. And they're avoiding that because there's some complications with finding this that I think they just don't want to talk about. How can you use only the values in A to determine the maximum, the minimum, and the range? You remember we talked about this before with nice numbers, how your midline goes right up the middle of the wave, and then your hills go up above the midline, and your valleys go down below the midline. We did examples with nice numbers where we had like, this was 5, and then we went up 2 units and down 2 units. In this case, the midline is at minus 7.5, and then our amplitude is 5.77. So the highest we ever get is going to be minus 7.5 plus 577. And the lowest we ever get will be minus 7.5 minus 5.77. 7.5 is like your home. It's the starting point, and the amplitude is your reach. It's how far away you get from that. So this one is going to be minus 13.27, and, oh dear, 1.23, 1.73, minus 1.73 if I'm not mistaken, will be the maximum value. I'm not feeling too confident about that, so let's just make sure. Negative 7.5 plus 5.77. Good, okay. So, maximum value, got it. Minimum value, got it. And the range is just a statement that contains both of these. We would say y can be any member of the real numbers, but y has to be between minus 13.27 and minus 1.73. Determine the maximum value, the minimum value, and the range. We did that. So B, they just wanted us to say what they were. So the maximum value, I'll write this out. The maximum value is the midline plus the amplitude, and the minimum value is the midline minus the amplitude, as shown here. You start at the midline and go up to get your max. You start at the midline and go down to get to your min.